Hey, this is Zach with the U.S. Men's National Team Project, and I'm here with Mike as well. Hey, Mike.
Hello.
We are opening up episode 2 for the soccer card market update. I hope everyone had a good holiday. Happy New Year. It was quite a year for U.S. soccer and the U.S. soccer players around the world, and we are gearing up to get our content coming out on a periodic basis, hopefully bi-weekly at minimum, and we'll be discussing some common themes every other week, which we'll talk through here. But Mike, anything to add coming into the new year?
No, just shout out to Santa and USMNT only for the sick hat of the 94 denim jersey. Super excited about it.
Awesome. Yeah, I also got the one of the jerseys from Santa as well. So we're gearing up. All right. So Mike, there's a few things that we're going to talk about today. First and foremost, we're going to talk about some of the news coming out from the MLS and possible work stoppage. We'll go over the American players and market. Specifically today, we'll be talking about Weston McKennie, not only with his play, but we got some data around his card prices and the movements in the market. And then we'll show off some of our recent card pickups. But let's open up first with the MLS and the recent news that's come out. Mike, I know that you were on top of this and have some opinions about some of the effects, but what's going on with the MLS?
Yeah, let's talk about the good stuff first. So Brian Reynolds from Dallas to Juve, he'll go out on loan first. Mark McKenzie over in Belgium. Brendan Aronson joining Salzburg, teaming up with Jesse Marsch, and Joe Scally going over to Germany. I mean, heck of a transfer window, and we're 5 days into it. Oh, yeah. And we've got 5 Dallas players going to train with Bayern Munich. So the flights across to Europe are seeming like they're getting more frequent and bigger club names, which is super exciting. And I'm interested to see who's next, and that kind of brings me to talking about the potential work stoppage. So the MLS owners, the MLS as an entity, they claimed force majeure on the existing CBA with the MLS players. And this will mark the 3rd time in the last year that they're at the negotiation table. Yeah. So like, and I get it. Like, it's COVID. There's no fans in the streets.
Maybe could you just describe kind of how, like, why they're pulling this card as they have a few times this year?
Yeah, it's just like force majeure, and it's super unclear. I mean, I deal somewhat in contracts for my work, and it's not legal advice, by the way, but it's still like really unclear, like how much COVID related interruptions or impact to revenue can really be claimed in a court of law using this clause. But I mean, they're doing it, and I get it, because you can't have fans in the stands unless like you have a lower capacity right now. They had to do the bubble. That was probably a huge expense. And so like, I get it. Like, the revenue is just not coming in. But it's also not super fair to the players, and heading into a qualifying cycle next year. If I'm a player, I'm just nervous about a potential work stoppage.
And looking elsewhere outside the MLS.
Well, that's kind of my probably analysis on this. But if I'm sitting down, if I'm Jordan Morris's agent, if I'm Sebastian Leget's agent, if I'm Paul Arriola's agent, if I'm Chris Mueller's agent or DK's, like, I'm looking at this. Mark McKenzie, well, Mark's gone, but I'm looking at this news in the winter transfer window that just opened up for Europe, and I'm probably going to be motivated to look to get overseas. And for Jordan especially, like, I think the world of him. I want him to kind of go out there to unsafe waters and test his skills. But yeah, these players who are in and around the squad, they can't risk not playing and being locked out or having to be part of a strike for the MLS for this season, because that just kills their chances to be in the roster come August.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting, and it's force majeure is such a weird gray area in legal law in most situations, especially here with the MLS. We'll have to wait and see what the effect is, but I agree. I think if you're kind of in that middle state of, do you stay and grow your career with the MLS, or are you jumping over to other leagues? It's going to be interesting to see. And there's talent coming out of the MLS now, so maybe there's leverage on the player side. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Cool. Well, transitioning into the second piece here, the American players and market. I know today we're going to talk a little bit more about Weston McKennie and what's going on, but before jumping in there, just my personal views of where the market's at coming through the holiday season, which historically has been a lull for collectibles, sports cards. I know you and I over the holidays were really locked in every night to see what we could what deals were available, and there definitely were less listings on eBay. There was less activity overall, as we're still looking at the U.S. men's national team prospects and players and their rookie cards. We found some great deals to take advantage of, specifically some around Weston McKennie. But we're also seeing some of the prices increase and creep back up, especially now that we're past the new year. We're about to get into some of the big tournaments, Champions League starting up in just a few weeks again, as well as this year's card lineup from Topps and Panini, which I think are still, we're not exactly sure what the rookie. We'll do a different segment on what rookies we're going to be focusing on this year. Like last year was Holland and Fati and Pedri and many others. We'll have another fresh batch of players that are coming on. But I think there's a lot of buzz around the market. There's a lot of people that we're talking to on a daily basis that are really witnessing the opportunity to really jump in. So with that, let's change into the focus with some McKennie stuff.
Yeah, so McKennie has been popping the last few weeks. And I mean, he has already established himself as a go-to for Pirlo in the starting 11 at Juve, which is just crazy to see him line up against Ronaldo every week, or alongside Ronaldo every week. But yeah, his gold auto over 2,000, a red refractor over 2,000. And then that orange is right here. That was actually us, which is fun, to go along with his best friend, which is blue. Love those cards from that set. Yeah, I mean, and then if you just look at his base optic as well, and you compare it to over time, the left chart includes some graded cards, but the right chart is really, I think, where you get the interesting trend. And even through the holiday season, which Zach was talking about, which is a lull, you see, I should do a trend line over that, but the trend line's up and to the right, even on the moving average. So he seems to be peaking at all levels, from his lower end cards to his upper end cards, by quite a bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. Is this a blown up version of this over here?
You got it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. And we're seeing that because we've been focusing a lot on these cards, and we'll be looking to submit some grading and post some lots as well.
Yeah, it's our first grade. So if anybody watching has any tips, we'd love to connect and get your words of wisdom. It's looking like we'll probably submit around 100.
100 cards, yeah. Yeah, definitely let us know if there's any tips and tricks there. And then just to close it out, our recent pickups. These are just 4 examples of cards that we've picked up recently, more to post. But from our left to right, the 2020 Topps Match Attacks autos from the on-demand set. There's Sergino Dest in there. There's Giovanni Reina. There are some, Messi and Ronaldo are in there as well as others. But I think these are some really short print rookies, especially for Dest and his Ajax jersey, not Barcelona. Some serious value there. This one looks to be gradable that we'll be able to put in, but a great card there. We also got the Tyler Adams PSA 9 Red Refractor Topps Chrome classic rookie. Well, classic Bundesliga rookie, we'll call it, not the MLS rookie. And then the Jordan Morris card, Mike, I think you had your eyes on.
Yeah, we got a few of those. And like I said, I think he could do, I know he's done great things in the MLS, and I'm not an MLS basher, but it's not the best league in the world. It's not in the top 5. So to test his wares overseas with this work stoppage, I'm really hopeful he takes the plunge this year. And then what is that card in the upper right? What set is that?
Yeah, this is the Wes McKennie Topps Living, his Schalke card. He also just came out with a Juventus card. But Mike's poking fun at me because I love this set. There's wild opinions on both sides, but I love the set. It's an ongoing live set every week. Topps puts out 3 cards of Champions League and Europa League now. But there are a few Americans in it so far, more to come with all the debuts in the Champions League recently. We got McKennie, Pulisic, Timothy Weah on Lille, and Tyler Adams. And we're waiting on, Stefan. I think Orvath is going to pop up. Who are the other U.S. Champion League debuts? There were more. I think there were 7. Conrad Dest is not in that set yet. So there's more Americans, but I'm also focusing on collecting the entire set personally. So it's a fun set to go after.
Nice.
So with that, we'll be putting out our next episode and generally sticking to this format. And we'll have a schedule so that you guys know when to expect us. If you like what we're putting out, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. We love what we're doing. I know there's a lot to be excited about. Like as we say in every episode, Mike and I are super stoked on a lot of different things, but really appreciate the support. And Mike, anything else to sign off with?
No. Talk to you again soon, Zach.